Did you listen to this at Ocean Mist?
Yes.
Oh, Love
You did?
Island for sure.
Yeah, bro.
This is like probably the Love Island, like,
No, it's not. Not to this.
I don't go to Mystic, sorry.
I feel like I'm in Ibiza right now.
Woo!
Woo! Someone touch me.
Whoa. On chat, where we at?
I know Money Place know this song.
Oh, you know, Mike. This is probably the song that's like constantly going in. We're gonna be drinking brewskis in about a month. How about that?
What up, Pip?
Big Pip.
Eric, how are we, brother? Dude, Eric sent me something this morning. He was ripping like casino slots, won like $600.
The only slot I played is Silverback. Pretty fun. It's gonna be a good Tuesday. I got a weird feeling. Good afternoon, Ramble Associates. I'm just waiting for the FBI to kick down our door and give us a RICO charge, Jeff, for this conglomerate that we're building in Ramble. Royal, are you there? Jeffy, how are you?
Good.
I was grabbing a Propel.
You're grabbing the green juice? Because you know I'm coming. Oh, this one's nasty.
Charred?
Cucumber, celery.
Bro,
Yeah, what is
it has, like,
chard?
everything. Like,
Lettuce?
Dude, nasty, dude.
Maybe
Eat
get a
green.
drink
You
with,
might
like,
just eat a
green
salad, bro.
greens.
This one's the nasty one. It's called Uber Greens.
Fucking has every green. And they put grass in there, bro.
You saw Krabs' vid, bro. He's on the same wavelength, bro. You put fuel in your body, you output brainwaves. Come on.
This is my fuel.
that?
Testosterone up.
Viagra?
Oh my God. Is that a fucking Alex Jones supplement? What is that?
It's not Viagra. It's just testosterone pills.
I'm Maddie.
You know how us Gen Zers are. We're all low test.
Disgusting. MJ, I'd rather be fat as hell. We all have to make sacrifices, dude. What is a suja grind? I'm unfamiliar.
It sounds like something foreign where you eat only grass.
Pip knows.
If that was
sounds
disrespectful, I apologize. I have no idea what that is.
I am on a cow diet for sure. Kelsey with a sub. Woo! Boys
Wow.
looking fine with 4 E's today. Wow.
Hells from the shadows.
Obviously, that was
that?
directed at me, but they'll take it too.
Boys, plural. Jeff, come on. Don't take all of the limelight up.
Sam from YouTube checking in.
What's up, Sam? Classic. Holding down the YouTube gang as usual. We got a great slate today, boys. Tuesday.
Hold on.
What?
Walker. Not going to be in the lab for the next 8 weeks.
Running a 50-mile race.
All right, I didn't read the rest of it. All right, that's pretty
Double
impressive.
marathon? Good lord.
Race.
Yeah, how long is that going to take?
It's a double marathon. That's unreal. Probably 6 hours at least. At least.
More than that, bro. 50 miles?
Dude, I
At
give
least.
people so much credit for that. Like,
Well,
I
like-
genuinely think, like,
Dang.
I would just get bored. Like, honestly.
Well, how much is a good mile? Like 3 hours and 30 minutes? Is a good
Marathon?
Yeah, marathon, not mile. Sorry.
I have no clue.
I'll look up 50
Yeah,
miles.
I'm with you, Eric, bro. I don't even want to drive 50 miles.
miles
Yeah,
at
dude,
a
crazy. Your legs must be jelly.
50 miles at a
16 hours.
7-minute pace.
16-hour cutoff. That's insane, dude.
You telling me he's not drinking some green juice? I mean,
Bro, what would that be? Like 50 miles. Wait, how do we do this? 50
well, let's say the average mile would be 10 minutes. So do
No,
50
it's
times
70.
10
If you're
minutes.
running, if you're running 50 miles, your pace is better than 10. Let's say it's 8.
Wow.
That's
Wow, Kelsey.
Well, you got to
50
think
miles.
the more miles you do, the slower time you're going to get, right?
Well, it's 8 minutes times 50, which is
Benjamin
400
plus
minutes.
banana.
How many hours is 400 minutes?
Oh, it's Suja. Oh, I'm so stupid. The brand is Suja. I'm an idiot.
Dude, like an 8-mile
Wow.
pace is like
Wow.
an 8-mile pace is 6 hours and 40 minutes.
That's bad, MJ.
And that's
Yeah,
it. That's an 8-minute pace, 6 hours and 40 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah, that shit's gonna take. I mean, what's your pace, Walker? Are you being serious?
Yeah, that's actually insane.
I
If
think
that's
he's being serious, yeah. He said 16-hour cutoff. I
8
feel like that's
min-
something weird to
18
just
min.
bring up for no reason.
Yeah. Good for you though. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That must take a lot of training.
What's the YouTube?
I know my
Ramble
one
Now,
boy. Yeah. The YouTube's Ramble Now as well. Everything Ramble Now. My one boy did a marathon, just a singular one, and he did like 2-3 months of training. He said it was hell. Had to wake up like 5 a.m. every day. Just chug.
Where the
So,
fuck
shout
is
out-
Chu?
shout out
You're
you.
in Asia, bro? Right?
Yeah,
Asia's
where's Chu?
12 hours ahead?
Celts winning tonight? I don't even know who they're playing. I'm not gonna lie.
Cavs.
At home?
Nah. I think they're dogs.
No, we're getting
Trucker Trey with a sub. Let's fucking go, man. W.
Tom Six being honest here.
Shout out
Let's
Jake
get
Paul.
to the locks. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get to it. And as you know, boys, we're going to be sponsored by Profit X moving forward. So this is what we'll ask from y'all.
Not if
Super
I have
easy.
anything to say about. No, I'm kidding.
Easiest thing to do is just download the app and make an account. Use the code Ramble and help us out. You know, if you
It's
want to
free.
support Ramble, it's literally no skin off your back. Download
Yeah,
it.
literally,
if you
just
like it.
download the app. If you guys don't, we'll end stream. That get the fuck like, nah. That you think I'm kidding? If you're not just downloading the free app and making an account using code Ramble, you're either doing that or you're gifting subs. So
Yeah,
it's up
just
to
do it
you.
to help us out, man.
You can make the choice, but we need your money. So help us out.
I want to share this too, which is the funniest part about this. Look what we got featured on Profit X today and what we'll have moving forward. This is beautiful. Hold on. My browser lost connection. Hold on 1 second here.
It is cool.
What
You
do we
can
see there?
go head to head with your boys and shit instead of like
Be-
Venmo. Yeah.
Beeves Greasy 3-team CBB parlay. So if you just want to fucking tail Beeves parlay, come in and just hit yes or no here. You get better odds over here. That's pretty much the cool thing about it. They don't actually act as a sports book. They want you to win. So you're actually playing against other players, like, right? So we can go in there and fucking say no if we want to, lay the minus 180 to see Beeve lose. But it's kind of cool. We get to do this and have our own specialized, like, fun markets. So we'll do this moving forward, have like Saturday streams, do some parlays and shit. But dude, download Profit X, use our code Ramble when you sign up. You get better odds at the end of the day, and the app wants you to win. So I think it's a win-win situation. I'm gonna be fucking around with it. There's shit we don't really know about it where you can like actually edit the odds. Like if I click this, you can list it at an even better price, and then people can basically submit a ticket against you. So it's kind of cool. So we'll be
free for
fucking around with it, and yeah, it's free,
Oh no, my fucking Dub Club picks are
completely
not.
free. For
Gotcha.
example, we have the
Free.
slate open here. So if you notice, St. John's is minus 120 on the money line. If you look on anywhere else, it's going to be minus 145. So these prices are legit. They don't take VIG when you're betting on them. So if you want to make some extra coin on not losing
Minus
out on,
120.
that's what I'm saying, bro. So
Might have to
And-
cap.
and not only that, if you pull up this here, we can actually edit the odds. So we can, if you want to do minus 110, obviously it's a less likelihood someone would
Yes.
match your bet, but
Chat,
you
it's
can,
just peer
you can
versus
play.
peer.
So
It's essentially like peer versus peer. It's real
Yeah,
money.
Pretty cool.
Real money.
Yes.
I think honestly why I partnered with it because I think it's actually going to blow up. I think this is a company where we can get in the ground floor, and this is going to be something where it's more of a household name in like a year or two. So I think it's going to be really cool. It's pretty much a stock market.
St.
for
John's
betting.
just moved from -120 to -140. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Hefe, I think we're allowed to say, yeah, he works for them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he can answer some questions or clear some stuff up. But yes, it's free. It's real money. It's just not. It's not a sports book. That's the thing. Like MJ was saying, there's no vig here. A lot of it's what peer to peer, I believe.
Yeah, it's all
you
peer
can-
to peer.
Cam
Yeah, so
Carter,
you can-
exactly.
Yeah, you kind of post like Beeves thing. You can either fade that or you can tail it.
Yep.
You can like do custom bets essentially.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Also, real quick too, where to go? First time chatter too was Tucker Trey. He subbed before chatting.
That's unreal.
Glad to be here. Used to sub to gamers. Figured I should spend my prime sub on guys who actually help me make money.
W Trucker.
W Trey.
W Trucker, dude. Can we get some W Truckers in chat, man? That's fucking awesome.
Subbing before a chat is crazy too.
That's
Yeah,
chat of
that's
the
what
day
I'm
so
saying.
far.
How'd you find us, bro? On Twitter or something?
Chat of the day,
That's
dude.
dope. Wrong stream. Fuck you, Walker.
Walker,
W
you should be running, bro. You should be on the
Yeah,
treadmill.
go stretch.
I'll eat some orange slices and stretch.
Get in downward dog.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Had to
Same
take
fucking
it to a
yoga
place we didn't need it.
My bad. My fault.
All right. Let's talk about these few games first. Obviously, the hot ticket that we're looking at here is Marquette and St. John's. You guys have thoughts here? I kind of liked Money Plays' read on the over. I did think it was a spec high, but I want to hear what you guys think too.
I can start it off because Jeff, I think you have a much bigger lean, so I'll be a little quick here. I don't know what Jeff's on. I think I do, but I'll just say I don't love Marquette. But I don't love St. John's enough to play it, only because if you guys watch St. John's on Saturday, clearly a look at it, in my opinion, they played fucking terrible. Got destroyed in the beginning of the game, came all the way back, and then let Providence almost beat them. So to me, I think St. John's was preparing for this one. Clear look ahead spot on Saturday. I definitely think Marquette looks easy here, which is why I'm not playing this game. But I definitely think if I had to play one, it would be St. John's. But Jeff, I will let you go. I think you have a real play on this.
I don't have a real play. I like the
Never mind.
Johnnies though.
I do too.
At the very beginning,
I
of
thought
the
you were on
day-
Marquette. I don't know why.
No, I liked Marquette at the very beginning of the day, like when I was first looking at the slate. I was like, oh, this looks short. But I think everyone is seeing this. And I know I say it doesn't matter because it really doesn't, but I think the more I look at it, the more Marquette looks really appealing. St. John's, I mean, they're number one in the Big East, but does anyone truly believe they're the best team in the Big East? No. People are like Marquette better. Everyone thinks Marquette's the best team in the Big East, and if it's not Marquette,
Cam
it's either
Jones.
Johnny's or UConn. To me, the biggest problem is, I mean, if you look at Marquette's defense, other than forcing turnovers, their effective field goal percentage is ass. They're allowing like 55% from two. St. John's gets everything from two, and I think St. John's is going to destroy them on the glass. So, if I'm being honest, like I kind of want to tap St. John's late here. And kind of buy the line move because it went from 3.5 to like 2.5 consensus. It's kind of moving back to 3 on some books as well. I just think
Interesting.
St. John's, like the reason why I just can't see Marquette stopping them like in the paint. I think the glass is going to be too big to handle.
So I was going to say with Edge of 4.
St. John's is not a great shooting team, but they also don't shoot threes. Like they literally shoot the least amount of threes in the Big East. So they get everything from two. Marquette, obviously their defense is elite because of their ball pressure, but their effective field goal percentage is 8th out of 11 teams in the Big East, which is not good. Obviously, I mean, they're allowing 54% in conference from two, and even non-con included 53%. So they haven't been a good 2-point defense all year. They're really good with their ball pressure, obviously, but I lean St. John's.
If I had to, I would play that as well.
Yeah, I was kind of going back and forth with it, to be honest. It's just weird. Marquette's been a dog 3 times this year, and in all 3 of the games, they've looked pretty poor. one being earlier in the year when they're in Maryland, which I'm kind of throwing out of the equation.
I was
If you look at the other
they
two,
won that game, but
I'm throwing that out of the equation just because we're talking conference play. But I just can't really get there, man. Like I think both these teams can get better numbers if you're looking at it. Like I think this game is going to be competitive, and if you're looking from a live standpoint, I think you could get St. John's at even money, and Marquette with a few more points. I don't see this game being like fully one-sided the whole way through. I see it kind of being a dogfight, and I like a lot of points. I think it's interesting. I wanted to take St. John's team total over just because you usually don't see teams against Marquette getting a team total like 74.5. I know it's St. John's at home. The only thing keeping me off is the fact that UConn just put up 77 on Marquette. Otherwise, I'd be all over St. John's looking at what Marquette's been doing defensively. But I like the over. I think Money Plays is spot on with a look in terms of if I had to play something, it'd probably be the over in this game. But we know how Big East basketball tends to work out even when an over looks good, it can kind of turn out the complete opposite. This is a really tough game to read, and I'm staying away just because 6:30 game. Don't want to start off with some early piss that I'm not fully confident.
Yeah, this is the noon
about,
cake
so.
on a Saturday. Not this game. This is like where
yeah,
the
this is the noon cake. But what is everyone on? What does everyone have?
I mean, I don't know if
John's.
Marquette.
I've seen more St. John's.
I have not seen more. At least for
Really?
me, like my TL is flooded with Marquette. Like it's the most popular play I've seen today.
I will say, I guess when I think about it is before we started, I saw more St. John's.
I'm just surprised that this is the most popular play of the day on Twitter when there's two unranked home faves. That's
true.
that's why I'm
Maybe,
kind of
yeah,
like, why is everyone
Is
in
it
love with
pure-
it?
Well, you know why. And another thing I will mention about why I think people like it so much is because Marquette's been fantastic after a loss. But if you actually look at it, they've been set up pretty nicely in terms of the opponents they get after losses. I mean, Butler, do they really? I mean, 14-point favorites in that game. And then Xavier, they play Seton Hall the following game after that. So I think that's what people are seeing. The fact that they usually come out and win and cover after a loss, but it doesn't feel like that kind of spot to me. The St. John's is a team that I think is real deal this year. And in years previous, I feel like everyone's been kind of on the St. John's train. They're okay, but they're never really that serious in terms of long-term season. Like, you know what I'm talking about. But this year, I think it's actually different. The Johnnies have a starting five full of talent. I mean, I watched them live, and that team can ball and they can defend. And I think they can put up a serious contention in the Big East. So I wouldn't have any doubt if they could win on their home floor by more than 3 here. But I mean,
Last thing I want to say. Oh, sorry.
The total points towards St. John's as well. You know, Marquette hangs their hat defensively, and defense usually travels. But I think this total is kind of speaking the opposite.
I mean, Johnny's, bro. They're the 4th best defense in the country.
They're nasty, dude.
Yeah. No one talks about that.
That's why I say. That's why I'm saying this total seems a bit high. You get both these high octane defenses, and we get a total of 147. But
on offense, these are the 2 quickest offenses in the conference.
There's
And
2 ways
also,
to look
one
at
thing
it,
I want
guess.
to note as well, which I found interesting, these 2 teams, these have the St. John's is 11th and Marquette is 10th in conference strength of schedule. So both of them have played the weakest strength of schedule out of the 11 teams in the Big East. They're last and second to last in strength of schedule. So I saw my boy Anders, all respect to him, but he was talking about the strength of schedule and shit like that with St. John's. But Marquette, yeah, they did it in the non-con, but in conference, I mean, these teams have played very similar like schedules. So I don't know, man. I lean to Johnny's. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I'm always gonna bet on a team where I think they win shot volume, especially at home. And I think St. John's does that for offensive rebounding. And even though Marquette forces a shit ton of turnovers, I mean, so does St. John's. St. John's, 23.7% of the possessions they're forcing a turnover. That's only 0.6 less than Marquette. So, I mean, they're forcing turnovers. Marquette doesn't turn the ball over, though. So, I don't know. A lot of good dialogue on this game.
Yeah. Also, T-Rain, appreciate the sub, brother. 8 months with Prime W.
KSI, bro.
Before we move on, I think St. John's like hot streak too. Or not hot streak, but they've been very, very good aside from that Providence game. Dude, I think it's because of Kaderi Richmond, honestly. Wasn't he like he was the biggest name in the transfer portal? I mean, honestly, I feel like all year it was mostly shit for him. I remember I bet on him Dude was like, he looked like Julius Randle out there, like walking around, not giving a fuck. Now he's
He had to find his
dialed.
role. He had to find his role. And another
he's really
thing too
tearing it
is
up,
like
bro.
the however many games, I know like for a few games they were without Devion Smith.
Yeah.
And
Is he back?
He came back in that Providence game. He played 28 minutes off the bench. He played like shit. I mean, he was 0 for 7 from 2 and 1 for 3 from 3. Played like absolute shit. He was still diming the ball up, but it was his first game back from like a couple weeks off. So you got to let him get that game out of his way.
Yep.
I think he takes a step up tonight, which is going to be big against these Marquette guards. I think this is why it's so popular. Shaka's 64% ATS as a road dog in his career. Like, it's like a known popular system. Shaka is a road dog, you take it.
Just like Mike.
I don't know. I really don't think St. John's looks easy, bro. I mean, they barely beat Providence. They barely beat Xavier. I mean, they should have lost to Xavier at home. They beat Georgetown by 5 at home. I think Marquette is a very popular team that looks very attractive today, catching 3.5, 3. That's just me.
I think 3.5 was kind of fat too for the opener. Or
Crazy
4.5,
how
sorry,
Marcus
whatever it
felt.
was.
Whatever. I think it opened at 3.5, but yeah. Or maybe actually action says 2.5. So it might have opened at 2.5 and got steamed right up to 3.5 and then came
Okay.
back down. But it's
Yeah.
a tough. This is the toughest game of the day, in my opinion, to read.
Yeah, I agree.
Without a doubt.
We got a lot of good games to talk about to finish this up.
No, that's fair, Crizzo. I thought it was 4.5. I thought Jeff said that earlier.
What we got next here?
Yeah, I agree with that, Billions. That's why I don't love it. I agree.
I mean, we don't need to talk about Texas Southern, do we? Drake.
No, but
This
apparently
isn't-
this game's huge. I skip over Murray State. That team
It's
fuck-
big just because Murray State already won outright at Drake.
Right.
So
the
it's like
revenge
a
spot.
Drake
I saw
revenge
Devon.
spot.
yeah, those hit, right?
I mean,
Fuck
this
those
total
shit.
is
They have
well.
not hit
Kansas was pretty free, but
At least
um,
the away loss and then coming home and laying a big number, that shit has not
Oh,
hit
well, the
for
opposite
Drake.
doesn't work either. I faded St. Thomas. Oh my god, that was the
right,
worst
bro,
fucking
you're-
wager of my life.
I mean, what I don't even know. Big Sky is that? Is it the Big
Dude,
Sky
I don't care. That
conference?
team's fucking nasty. I don't
Listen,
give a
if you
fuck. They
can't,
would
if you
wax
can't name the
Murray.
conference off the top
Don't
of
let
your
him
head,
It is
talk to you
Big
like
Sky.
that,
No,
Ro.
it is Big
If
Sky.
you-
Dude,
if
St.
you
Thomas
can't
is
name-
disgusting.
if you can't
No,
name
Jeff,
4
Jeff, you
teams
can't
in the
deny they're
conference,
nasty.
we can't
No,
be
you want me
doing that, bro.
All right. St. Thomas. It is the Summit. Fuck. That's yeah. Because I was thinking of the Dakotas, bro. North Dakota State, South Dakota State, that whole shit.
Okay, well, that's an easy conference to name teams because like North Dakota,
Well,
South
it's 4
Dakota, North Dakota
teams.
State, South Dakota State, St. Thomas.
Anyway, that team is fucking insane at home. So I learned my lesson.
Yeah, they're like the Warriors, bro. This
Yeah,
total,
yeah.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
it's
they are.
Drake, so the total does make sense, but I don't know, man. I just think I just faded Drake with
I don't
Northern
think fading
Iowa.
Drake is ever really a good idea.
It's just not a good idea, bro. Like Drake is gross. Like Bennett, like I pray they're in the fucking tournament because they're winning a game just because of the sets they run are so unique.
We always talk about how totals and how you can look into them and see kind of if a team like Drake, I mean, they're an under heavy team playing in a Murray State team that's over heavy. You can kind of look at the total and see what team's going to jurisdict the pace of this game. And I mean, I think we can all agree that from the total standpoint, it looks like Drake is going to be the ones controlling this one. I mean, I can't really get involved. I don't think backing Drake is necessarily the best spot because I've been burned in these spots similarly with Notre Dame and St. Joe's, and the list goes on of these revenge spots laying a number. But I don't hate it, man. Drake might be just a different animal. We can just continue riding the bandwagon. So
Yeah, let's move on.
sounds good.
Shout out
Minnesota-
Roman 10. Drake legend.
Penn State,
Do you not
Minnesota.
remember?
Ooh.
Never mind. I'll
Okay.
be back. Wait, Penn
Bro,
State?
I feel like
Yeah.
you have the strongest opinion on this game. We need you.
Sort of.
Say it
Kind
with your
of.
chest. Say it with your
Well, no.
chest.
So I don't really have an opinion. I feel like I want to back Penn State in some fashion. I don't know how because Minnesota is off that god awful loss to fucking Washington.
Right.
So I don't think it's a fade spot on Minnesota, but I think it's an opportunity for Penn State, like maybe team total. I was thinking because Ohio State's catching their stride, so I don't think it's that bad as a loss as everyone makes it out to be. I think it's just because like gambling Twitter, everyone takes Ohio State in sharp spots and they sell, so they make it seem like the end of the world, if that makes sense. But I mean, Penn State has had some bad fucking losses. So I don't want to take them to cover, but I think their team total is probably a good look here. But yeah, I was kind of throwing it out for chat, honestly. Like, if you guys, unless you're done with Penn State, which I think everyone's out of after the stretch, I don't know. I feel like there's some value on them tonight. I just don't know what it is. Pickleball plays is wild.
Pickleball plays. Oh, it's
Maybe
good,
like a
man.
Penn State first half or something. I don't know, but I really do think they come out firing because it's make or break time for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm done
think
with that
Ruff-
team.
That's what I'm
Ruff is
saying,
a
dude.
decent point. I mean,
I
there's
agree.
two ways to look at it. Minnesota's not a team people love to back, especially on the road. But I mean, Penn State, I think you can trust them to score at the very least. Great track
Maybe, like,
record at
first
home,
half.
coming off 2 straight games, going under this number, obviously off 3 straight L's. They went at Iowa and went over this number by 1 point. But I think, honestly, when you think of Minnesota, a lot of people do. They think of defense and slow-paced games. And Penn State's a team that can run, and when they're hitting their shots, they can really put up some points. I mean, putting up 85 against Michigan State, I know that's somewhat of an outlier and a get-up game for them, but off 3 losses, you'd have to imagine that the motivation is going to be there today. So I would think points is going to be. I mean, do you see Penn State really covering 7 in a defensive battle? Like,
No.
I would say they'd have to at least break 70. So then you're playing a game of 4 points, you know. So I think team total is the way to go if you're trying to back the Nittany.
Get this game
Yeah.
off the screen, man. This game sucks. I mean, I just
It does suck.
because
That's the
I
thing,
I like what you're
everyone's
saying
so-
too. I like what you're
yeah.
saying, but it's just like they're playing Minnesota.
I
Yeah,
know
I
that's
mean,
my point.
it
That's
sucks.
why that's why Jeff, I was saying earlier, like, I don't love this slate because like these
Yeah.
two teams are both in like good spots. Like,
Yeah.
Minnesota's coming off loss versus Washington, bro. Like, obviously I want to back them, but not against Penn State. So it's
Yeah,
tough.
that's fair. Purdue, Iowa.
Yeah, I got scared off Iowa.
Nah, come on, dude.
I mean, everyone I talk to tells me not
genuinely,
to.
I need to know why you're tapping Iowa. I need to
I'm
know.
not tapping Iowa, but
Not you,
I mean,
Royal. I'm assuming
I'm not.
Royal is.
No, I'm telling him to go with his gut. No, I
Oh,
if I had to pick a side, it'd be Purdue for me. But I told him, I said, remember Mizzou versus Florida? Everyone called you a madman.
that
So
is
just
true. But
go
that
with
game's an outlier, bro. They were hitting half court shots.
I just look at Purdue and I look at what they've been doing on the road and their wins, and I mean, more often than not, this margin is absurdly short. Like, Iowa is just a terrible team, and I think everybody has come to that realization this year. I mean, doesn't it not feel easy? Like, I really could see Purdue laying 8-9 on the road here. I mean,
I
the only
think
reason
the
I've
line
been
makes sense to me, but I don't
when you
know.
look at Purdue's margin of victory on the road these last few, I mean,
Yeah, but
it's just
also
nutty.
you gotta look at what Iowa does at home.
they've been terrible. What
Yeah,
kind of
but
wins
most
have
of the
they put up?
games, I mean, they've lost 2 games at home this year, and one of them was to Minnesota. That was just like a horrible game. And then
Yeah, I was gonna
Iowa
say,
State.
I guess
Iowa
that's a
State,
good
like-
point, and why
like,
I'm kind of staying away from it is their home track record. That's a good point.
To me, like, I just can't trust. Yeah, we all know Owen Freeman's out, guys. We know that. He's not even good. He's a hack. Can't play any defense. He's a good offensive player because they play fast and he just runs the floor. He's not anything special. Let's be honest. I just can't see, like, me personally, I would never back Iowa against a good guard and big. Like, I know Braden Smith is going to carve the shit out of this defense. That's just what I think is going to happen. Like, I even texted Royal. I was like, I kind of want to take Braden
Yeah.
Smith props today, just because, I mean, bro, there's not one defender on this Iowa team, and I think I'm ready to say Braden Smith's the best point guard in the country.
Who assist
I
could
just-
be.
I just don't see. Yeah, like I texted Roy. I said I want to take Braden Smith points and assists. Iowa's guards aren't all freshmen.
I guess the more I think of it, it does seem pretty comfy to back Iowa at home, and Purdue's a team
Awful
that
loss.
people like fading.
I just
Like,
think
they don't
Purdue's
mind
nasty,
fading
bro.
Purdue, and people don't really. I feel like people underestimate Purdue in a lot of aspects in terms of just
Exactly.
like
I
general
agree.
opinion of
I
them.
agree with that.
That's
So-
why I leaned Purdue.
Nikki, my offshore has
Because their
props
last
on it.
game, I mean, they scraped by versus Indiana. So
I
it's
guess
like,
I guess I just jumped the gun on thinking that people thought Iowa, like I really think Iowa's a terrible team and they should be getting a much bigger number.
They're,
I mean,
I don't. Yeah, it's just like they're so one-sided. Like their offense is elite and their defense is just so bad. I don't know, man. This Purdue team, like you were just saying,
I
bro.
guess
Like,
it's the market. I guess that's at the end of the day. That's why
like
the number's the way it is because of the market.
as silly as it is, like I don't know what they're ranked, but Purdue's got to be like top 10 now. I still think
yeah,
like
I would assume.
public perception, they're underrated. Like I don't think anyone views Purdue as like a legit contender this year, and they just continue to win games. Granted, the Big Ten, like who have they played? I get that. Like their hardest road game was what? Probably at Oregon.
Feels
Yeah.
baity. Yeah,
But
well, I guess that's why I'm staying away. But that's why I have smart friends to shoo me away from stuff like this. But
yeah, but it also could be free because like Iowa's a
they could win
team.
outright.
Like Iowa is a team where like on any given night, bro, they could hit 23s. Like, you know what I mean? Like it depends if you're getting that magic. To me, like that's not something I want to back. Like I like backing teams that like I know can at least get consecutive stops, and I just can't see Iowa doing that against this good of a Purdue offense.
yeah, that's fair.
Mike, it's just the Iowa tax, though, bro. Iowa gets some crazy high totals.
I mean, bro, in conference play, Iowa is allowing teams to shoot above 60% from two.
Yeah, their defense is fucking horse meat.
Like that's not even bad. Like that's abysmal. That is so bad. Their 2-point defense on the season out of 364 teams is 344.
Here's the thing, too, bro.
Who
Like
takes elbow jumpers efficiently than everybody. Braden Smith.
what I've noticed too, bro, is like the dogs that we've taken. It feels like most of them have been on the road too.
And yeah, they're in nasty spots. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a little too easy with Iowa. I somewhat agree now. So
I'm torn on this game. I don't even have a lean, to be honest, because like
somewhat agree.
I'm not fading Iowa at home, but I'm
just-
also like I think Purdue scores literally I think Purdue's gonna have their way offensively, which I don't
Do you
think is
think
a
Purdue
bold
is?
take.
You think Purdue is going to have a letdown moment upcoming in their season versus a inferior opponent? I guess
100%.
Probably.
That's kind of
gonna
what.
be-
That's more
it's
of what
gonna
I'm
be-
expecting than it is me thinking Iowa's going to bounce back. I guess
The thing for me is like Iowa's not a team I would see them struggling to score against. Like maybe like the only way Iowa covers the spread is if it's a high scoring game. Like
Mhm.
because I mean I don't know. I just like I was gonna have to score at Purdue. I can't see unless Purdue is literally just like completely missing wide open shots, which obviously can happen. Like, I mean, you have the best offense in this conference, 10th best offense in the country, going against an abysmal defense. So
at the
it's
same
like,
time, haven't been on the road in a minute. I'm just trying to like point out
yeah,
ways to
they
try
haven't
to
been on the
figure
road,
out.
man. That is true. I think if they drop a
Super curious
game,
to see how this game goes, man. I'm gonna stay on the sidelines. But what are you gonna say?
I don't know. Like, I'm just looking at their schedule and like seeing like what game they would drop. Like, I could see them losing. They'll probably lose to Indiana on the road just because of the rivalry. They're definitely losing to Illinois on the road. They have Michigan in 7 days next Tuesday. They'll probably lose that game because they're going to be. Oh wait, never mind. I'm tripping. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I thought they were in California before that, but I don't know. Tough game. Total seems low.
This slate, I think this is the story of the slate. Is there's a lot of good games, but I think a lot of tough spots. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of tough spots.
Next one should be. Oh, never mind. This is different from covers.
What do you want? Just tell me when to stop, Davidson.
No, you're good. I mean, we can talk about that one. I took Malachi Smith over 9.5 points. He's one of their guards. He's just coming off some rat shit games, but I like Dayton in the spot, not to win or. I'm not taking them to like cover the 9.5, but I do think they're gonna start to hit their stride. I mean, we know they had that rough patch, or I guess continue their stride. Winning 4 out of the last 5. So, kind of just think their offense stays pretty hot. He's been slacking, but I like him to score 10 points. I mean, that line he was north of 10 earlier in the year when I don't know, books thought he was gonna be their main scorer. So, 9.5 Malachi Smith, love that.
Yeah,
nice and easy one there.
I like that. He's a baller. I've watched him a few
He is a
times.
baller. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's just had a rough stretch. I think that was his breaking point.
All right, bet. St. Louis, Mass. Anything?
No.
VCU, probably LaSalle with VCU laying the same number. I don't think anyone is
Yeah.
going to bet it, and I'm not fading VCU, but yeah.
Probably gonna be free.
I think this is
Probably,
one of the
yeah.
next. I think this is the toughest game personally over St. John's and Marquette.
Yeah, it's a lot. Ole
Uh-oh.
Miss, Kentucky.
Dude, I'm done
I
with Ole
mean-
Miss. So
It's
done.
it's a really tough spot, right? I mean, it's tough to fade both these teams.
Yeah. That's
right
yep,
now.
exactly.
I think it's honestly scarier to fade Kentucky.
Exactly, Caleb.
It gives me reminiscence of Missouri versus Miss State. I know two different teams completely, but it gives me an eerily same feeling. I know Kentucky's off a loss and Mizzou wasn't, but very similar number, SEC matchup. To me, you can't really fade Kentucky. I know Ole Miss is probably the sharp side. It's gotten a little bit of steam since it's opened to -3 all the way to, I think, minus what we saw 5.5 today. I can't really get there, to be honest. I think it's purely because of that loss from Kentucky taking to Arkansas. It wasn't just the loss. I think we all know that game meant a little bit more to both sides. And let's be honest, they got absolutely clowned in their crib.
Yeah.
So by their old coach, with all the hype, they were probably, making fun of Arkansas and how bad they were the entire, leading up to that game. And they got hoed at the end of the day. So to fade that team on the road and at a number that I think is completely just, especially if you look at what Kentucky's done on the road this year. We all remember that game earlier in the year to Georgia, where they looked like a completely
And
polar
Bama.
opposite, and Bama as well. I mean, you just look at their track record on the road, and it's just kind of scary. I think this is a game where they can pull out outright, to be honest, and I lean Kentucky.
I couldn't get there with the side. I think if
My
I had
bad.
to, if I was
Just added.
forced, probably just beat Kentucky because I do think this game's close. Where I would want the team with the points, and like you said, I think it's a worse loss. That Arkansas loss is worse, in my opinion. And now you get a bounce back for Ole Miss at home. Or not. Wait, what? Hold on, let me check that quick. Are they coming off a loss or just non-cover?
Correct.
Forgetting non-cover.
No, they got hoed by
They
Auburn.
lost, right? Yes, correct. Yep. I was thinking the Texas one for some reason. Yeah, they're off a loss too. So you get that bounce back at home.
4
You're
straight
in
HBS
Kentucky
losses, too.
Yeah, you're getting Kentucky off. One of the most embarrassing losses of the season. So I had
That's
to
why
be
at the end of the day, I stayed away because I think it's impossible to fade Ole Miss, and I think it's impossible to fade Kentucky. But if it had to come down to it, life or death, I'm taking Kentucky personally.
I did take I took Kobe Bray on Kentucky just because Butler's out. I'm just not buying I don't know how to say it, but I don't think it's going to be Jackson Robinson getting all the shots tonight. I think guys like Brea, who's coming off a bad game, is just going to keep seeing more minutes and more volume while Butler's out. I mean, this is a guy, I know they're away, but he's shooting 52% from 3 at home. Now, those numbers are a little skewed because he doesn't really play too much when fully healthy. But his away stats are really bad. But again, since he doesn't have a lot of volume on the road, it's very, very skewed in my opinion. This is one of the more efficient shooters in the nation. So if he's going to see 30-plus minutes in a spot off an embarrassing loss with him shooting poorly, 10.5 points for this dude, I mean, this could hit in the first 5 minutes.
I like that, dude. I think.
Yeah, this is also not a blazer, bro. This is
Blazer.
not a blazer. This is just a jacket, bro. This is some Banana
I don't know
Republic
why
tech.
that's- Bro's
This is
wearing
Damn.
no.
This is some Banana Republic tech. Definitely not
Damn.
a blazer. Little formal, but definitely is not a blazer. Relax, bro. Not a weirdo.
That B Repub, dude. Oh my gosh.
Um,
I like
yeah,
that, Rob.
I mean, Ole Miss, Kentucky.
Yeah, he's a bucket,
Oh, by the
man.
way, I added a unit to. I played the Johnnies. I played Johnnies for a unit.
I also texted Jeff this earlier. I feel like every player I take has transferred from Gonzaga. Like every time I look at the player's picture, it shows them in a Gonzaga uniform.
You do have a weird obsession with the Gonzaga players, yeah.
Dude, I had no idea he went there. Zero. I knew Salas went there, obviously, but Kobe Bray. I mean,
I might have to go get my
No
Peter
fucking
Millar
clue.
fucking zip up out the. Should I go get my Peter Millar, Jeff? What do you
There's
think?
no way you have Peter Millar, bro.
Oh, really? Okay, bet.
Dude, Kobe Bryant didn't play for Gonzaga.
yes, he did.
No, he did not,
Maybe he didn't record a stat.
bro. He didn't. He never played for Gonzaga.
Why is there a picture with him in his jersey? Let me see
I don't
that.
know, bro. He played for Dayton for 4.
Apologize.
Oh shit, bro!
Come on,
I
man.
knew it. I knew it when you said that early, bro. I was like, "There's no
Dude,
fucking
I
way."
swear to God,
Bro,
maybe it
I mean,
was-
it must have been like a recruiting trip or a Photoshop or some shit, but he never
I
played.
mean,
there.
I didn't look to verify it honestly, but
Gonzaga is a high school too. Yeah, maybe he went there.
I don't know.
Kobe Bryant.
Maybe not.
high
I don't know.
school.
I do remember him on Dayton though, but
he
yeah, I
played
don't know.
4
I
years
guess I
at Dayton.
thought he went there. Oh, I trust T-Rain. I don't know. Maybe it was like a picture against Gonzaga or some shit.
Learn
Oh
ball.
my God, look how
I want
crisp
nothing
that
to do with this Kentucky game, bro.
Yeah, it's
I
nasty.
mean, they're just. I'm done with Ole Miss. I'm not gonna lie. Kentucky's also
yes,
not a
yes,
team I want to back on the road because they play zero defense. So, I'm good. I mean, Kentucky's also coming off a outright loss to Arkansas at home. So, I'm not getting in the way of that. I think Ole Miss is a weird ass team. Like they literally like that team just reminds me of Voodoo Magic. So, I'm good with them.
Love
Not like
Voodoo
literally,
Magic
bro.
over
They
here, dude.
when you need them to play good, they suck. When you need them to play bad, they're amazing. So, I don't have a good read on Ole Miss this year at all. So, I'm staying away.
Davo, thanks for asking. This is a new site. It's Profit X. Boys, show us some love over on Profit X. Download the fucking app and use our code. It's a ramble, and you'll help us out. Simple as that. And you get some better odds, and you help us out. And if you want to support Ramble, you support Profit X, and it's a win-win. So thank you for asking. That is our sponsor moving forward. So shout out Profit X. Okay, you said you want to get near Kentucky, Jeff, personally.
Like Ole Miss. Like I lean Kentucky. Like, I guess if I had to bet the game, I'd bet Kentucky.
You
But
wouldn't touch fading Old Miss, you're saying?
no, I can't. I'm telling you, like, there's always a couple teams I like can't get a hold on each year, and Ole Miss is one of those teams this year.
Yeah.
I cannot cap them, so stay away for me.
Cool. Vanderbilt, Florida, Carson. That is a rude comment and not true either. J Rockers, we've gotten a few people. Yes, negativity in chat. That's not cool. Come on, cheer up now. Cheer up now. We don't need
Real
any
quick
of that.
before we go in on this game, Walter Clayton was just ruled out, so
Yeah,
obviously
I heard
big
he
loss to
was-
Florida.
I figured that line
probably why.
moving was.
Yeah, pretty telling.
Physically,
Yeah. I mean,
You
to be
lean
honest, with
Vanderbilt
no Walter
or-
Clayton, this line is still pretty big.
I
think
wanted
we
to
know
just
what-
kind of square up and take Florida team total, dude. I mean, I really did at
Yeah,
first.
it's
I didn't
it's
end up
tough
betting
without
that, but-
Clayton though. Obviously, I don't know. I mean, Vandy. One thing Walter Clayton really doesn't do is rebound the ball offensively, and Florida is going to be able to do that against a small Vandy team. Vandy's defense has been horrible, other than the fact that they force turnovers. So maybe that'll pay dividends for them with no Walter Clayton. I don't know. Tough game for me. You have Florida coming off their worst offensive game of the season, 44
Right.
points. Aberdeen is not good. Yeah, you need to learn ball. He's a bucket. I just think Walter Clayton, I mean, is obviously their best player, highest usage guy. That's a big loss, and it's his first game he's missing all year. So I'm just not going to touch it. I kind of wanted to target Florida, but him being questionable all day made me stay off. And then, I mean, he's out now, so I won't touch it. But it's a pretty good spot for the team. At the same time, though, Vandy's coming off a 30-point loss to
That's what I was gonna say.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's exactly why I stayed off Florida. I mean, the fact that Oklahoma just put up 97, I mean, I think a lot of people will look at Florida and be like, there's no way they don't put up whatever their team total is at. If you do the quick math, it's probably, 80 and change, something along those lines. I think most people would assume that Florida would be able to put up that margin after they just saw Vanderbilt get absolutely trousered. So I couldn't get there, but everything makes sense basketball brain. Like usually this is a spot where you see Florida, an awesome offense off one of the worst offensive production in terms of a game coming off Tennessee, rightfully so, great defense, but usually it's a spot. But with the fact that Vanderbilt has a bad track record recently against the bad SEC offense in Oklahoma, I couldn't get there. But
yeah, I agree. Also, W. Gorby. W. Gorby. That was definitely a hard button to press. Especially with I was fine with no Ziegler, and then I'm literally at the bar, and I think Royal texted me or Anders, someone said no Milicic either, and I was like, "You
Definitely wasn't me."
No, it was Anders then. Anders texted me, he goes, "No Milicic,
I don't know where you even find that.
And I was like, "Damn." And then I checked the score, and they were up 20, and I was like, "Life is great." I mean, that defense is insane, bro. 44 points, doing exactly what Florida did to them on their home court. So yeah, I mean, also Zakai Ziegler is kind of ass. So
him is money with the sub, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Also, I want to talk really quick. Another button that was hard for people to press was Kansas last night. Why was that? You have Kansas, bro. That's like, bro. What I compared it to is like betting on fucking Mahomes in the playoffs. That's how I looked at that Kansas game.
Why Kansas at home? Kansas at home?
Kansas at home off the biggest lead blown in the Bill Self era in a revenge spot. How? Like, I don't give a fuck about the line move. I don't care if they're playing the Houston Rockets. I'm taking Kansas, bro. And yeah, that shit was fucking air. We got to talk about how good Kansas is because no one fucking believes in that team. No one believes in Kansas, bro. They're number 7 on KenPom. They're the 5th best defense in the country. That team is good.
Brazil's got a point.
Mr. Henry Hindsight over here, not making it a 5-unit mega beluga.
Because I have a specific criteria, and the one it didn't fit was positive line movement.
So that's why. No, like genuinely, if you want to ask me,
you're
why
dead ass. It's just the craziest.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we all have things that we look for. Like, I don't know if you got like. I
know.
Everything has to correlate for me to have a max. That's why I don't have maxes. And that line going from -3 to -2 didn't make me max it because I'm like, obviously, I'm not just a steam chaser, but like when you see a line go from -3 to -2, you're like, you're gonna be a little wary. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's why it wasn't a max. It was a 2-unit. I have not been putting 2 units on plays a lot though. Everything's been like 1.5. But yeah,
I don't know why. Funny, such a steam chaser. Yeah, dude, you said that in such a negative connotation. It's so funny.
Well, no, like it's
trying to be a steam chaser or anything.
No, but when you see a play go from like if -3 went to -3.5, I probably would have maxed it. I know people like the Pulse UV people would be like, well, that doesn't make sense, but that's how I. So
let's go, Devin with a sub for 12 months. How about that? A year with the boys. Devin. You got a new fucking badge. Enjoy that. Hold that tight.
Wait, I'm only bringing it up because so many people were afraid to touch Kansas. Like, they're not bad, bro. I feel like people think Kansas sucks.
What made it hard was that it was a beef clap. One of your PODs Embiid over assist. Let's cash. Wow.
Real quick, MJ, is KJ Martin a Sixer? He is, right?
You mean Caleb Martin?
No, KJ. KJ Martin ruled out trade pending, so Sixers are making a trade as we speak.
Oh, good. Shit.
Dude, get Kyrie.
Kyrie and Embiid.
They'd have to give up Embiid to get Kyrie.
I don't even know. I thought they were going to get Levine, if anybody. I don't know who they're going to get.
Levine and Paul George.
Dude, I mean, that would have been.
Wow.
I'm not saying that would have been a good pick.
No, I know.
I just thought that's what they would do because they just love. I don't know, man. Their trades just have been suspect. James Harden and Paul George, like, dude, these guys are on their way out eating tapioca. Like, these guys are out of their prime.
Savoy, that's when you need to jump on the train. Like, same thing with Tennessee, bro. They just lost that by like 20 at home to Kentucky. No one wanted to play them on Saturday. Rightfully so. But, bro, you guys know how this sport works. You go from being the best team in the country to being ass in a 2-game stretch.
Notre Dame, Florida State, anything here? This is I should have
Dude,
taken
I
Florida
really-
State first half. Bro, you know how we were talking about it that last stream after they scored 15 first
Yes.
half. You know how many they put up in the next first half and we didn't take it? Guess. 41. 41.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably a lot.
They sold.
So I wanted to take Notre Dame at first, but I'm not doing it just because, like, dude, look at Florida State's losses, man. Like, that's bad. I get Notre Dame lost to fucking Miami, but I think losing to Cal, Stanford, Virginia Tech, and Boston College outweighs that. To be honest with you, so
Yeah.
I don't
know.
I will
I don't
say
know
though,
how you-
FSU's coach just said he's retiring at the end of the season. So maybe that
Oh,
blows some
weird.
smoke up FSU's ass. and
Why do
they go
coaches
crazy.
do that? Knowing that
That's
it's
so
just
weird
gonna
to me.
rip
Being like,
the
yo,
team
guys,
apart.
by the way, I'm leaving after the season.
Yeah.
The Miami Martin.
You guys were the last straw. You guys made me want to quit coaching, just a heads up. Well, let's go.
Honestly, I don't blame him, dude. Imagine if you, Jay Billings. I don't think you actually did, but imagine if you did that.
I mean, you'd be even.
Yeah,
You'd be
Probably up
even.
money.
You got back. You
probably
got,
up money, honestly.
Yeah, you got your gut back. You got your get back.
Unless you're talking
Um,
about money line.
You know somebody
they
bet
won
on Miami every game up until that point and then didn't bet them. And then they won outright. You know there's at least one person.
Yeah, they just stopped. They're like, all right, I give up.
Yeah. That
Bro,
was
I
the
told
last
you, I learned my
talk for
lesson
somebody.
against that Clemson game, dude, real quick. That was a while ago.
Okay.
Caleb, bro, what are we asking, man?
All right,
the
Jeff.
amount of DMs I got saying OK State team total today was very concerning. It was close to double digits. tell you that.
It's hitting. This is a don't overthink it play. Shit does not matter. This is an auto play. Houston is off a loss, and they get the worst team in their conference at home. I genuinely win this game by 900 points. No
So,
Emmanuel
good old
Sharp.
Houston Creamer.
No Emmanuel Sharp, but this is a straight up this is a Houston cream pie. This is just a straight cream pie session. I just don't see a
Jesus,
world
dude.
where Houston's not locked in for this game. The way they lost too, I mean, Texas Tech was hitting some fucking insane shots.
That's my team.
They were hitting some insane threes, and it was an amazing game. But listen, man, last time they played Oklahoma State, the score of the game was 60-47. I'm not saying Oklahoma State doesn't get to 50, but I think Houston scores 90 points here. And absolutely just decimates them from start to finish. Kelvin Sampson's going to have these boys locked in.
Jeff,
Houston's
I
like
won.
the one team I always play after a loss.
Okay. Oh, so you're just blindly taking it?
Yeah, there's nothing else
Okay.
to it. Houston just lost. They are going, and it's not like they're playing Oklahoma State. This team's ass.
That was my one devil's advocate. Do you think a soul is placing OK State plus 22?
No. And trust me, I know this shit's probably the most fucking public play on the board.
Which doesn't bother
I
you?
don't fucking care.
Okay.
It's
Reminds
Houston
me when
against
Duke
Oklahoma
played
State.
when Duke played what's his face?
NC State?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It gives
Caleb,
me
so- No,
Oh
listen,
my god,
bro.
Caleb did the same
Wow.
thing. No fucking way.
Listen,
It's
bro.
weird.
Listen, bro. It's different, man.
Dallas,
Because
come
Duke wasn't coming off a loss. Like Duke was looking ahead
That's
to UNC. Houston's next game is Colorado, so they have legitimately nothing to look forward to
Here's
after this game.
So
Here's the
Houston
thing.
loses tonight and absolutely pie creamers
Okay.
Colorado the next game. That's what I'm hearing.
No,
like
this,
Iowa
this
State
is no.
is gonna
This is the
destroy
whoopie. No, this is
TCU.
the whoopie pie special.
So what's Iowa State versus TCU? We need a new term for that one because that's gonna be
The Twinkie
That's
Creamer?
Stanley. Oh, you guys probably don't know what Stanley Steamer
The
is.
Devil Dog Creamer?
That's the Stanley Steamer Max, bro. It's okay.
The
Yeah,
Stanley
that's
Steam Job?
disrespectful.
Wow.
That's disrespectful. Genuinely though, this is not the same as Duke, bro. Duke had UNC next, and they were not off a loss. Houston's off a loss, and they're playing Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State would probably be like a 10-point dog to NC State. They're so
Here's
bad.
what worries me about the team
Ridiculous.
total. They played them earlier in the year and scored 47. You don't think
Who gives a shit, man? That team is ass. I bet on Oklahoma State that game. I'm telling you, bro.
This
They're
team
so bad.
this team total should be sub 50? I'm not kidding. It should be. It's 54.
Bro,
That seems a little
They're not gonna
high.
put it- They're not going to put it. Actually, KenPom has them scoring 55, so it's a lot.
I'm not saying Houston's not covering this game, but I think OK State TT under is sketchy. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
not-
think
I'm
so.
playing the
I
over,
think
but-
Houston absolutely demolishes them.
And that could very well happen. I'm just saying I'm staying away from it. It's just against what we do. You know, they
This
played
is
them
like-
already this year, 47
this-
points. You know how it goes.
This reminds me of Utah
Wow.
scoring 36 points at Houston.
God.
I just don't think. Yeah, bro. Oklahoma State and Oklahoma State's off a win. This is perfect. Oklahoma State off a very rare conference win. Houston off a. When are you going to be able to fade Oklahoma
Oh,
State?
did
off
you
a win
check the splits?
and Houston off a loss in the same game?
Oh, okay.
This is a one. This is a once a decade spot. Got to hammer it.
Too much money on Houston, Jeffy. Just move on. It's so funny.
Shut
dude.
up,
It's
you
so
goofy
funny.
all.
Goofy. I'm gonna be on Utah State today. It's a little bit square, but I'm playing anyway. There's a little bit of movement towards Wyoming, but I really don't care. Utah State off a loss, Wyoming off a cover in a really competitive game against SDSU. It's 14-point dogs, losing that game only by 2. Just feels like a spot you can back Utah State laying a big number on the road. So I'm gonna back them. They've been wagons, especially off a loss this year. You can call it square, whatever you want, but they've been wagons, and I'm gonna back them in the spot, especially with Wyoming playing competitive basketball, which is something they hate doing. So
Yeah, I don't mind it. Wyoming's like low-key a sneaky team, and they're pretty good at shooting threes, which they're probably going to be able to do with Utah State's zone. At the same time, though, like, Utah State's, like, fucking nasty, so.
yeah, I just feel like they're a team that still
It's a
are
tough-
under the radar in terms of the majority of bettors. And in a spot like this, I'm going to back them. So
Do you love me?
you're on Wyoming, Crutch? Well, going head-to-head, brother. I'm definitely the square side, so
I'm going to FO. I might be
can't knock you. Maybe Josh Allen outright. Okay. All right.
I'll
we'll keep
never
going.
forget opening week of college football. Took Wyoming +7 versus Arizona State, and Arizona State was just in the playoffs. If you didn't know, you want to talk about a pie job? That still has a sour taste in my mouth. Where I don't want to bet on Wyoming ever again. Totally different sport, but I don't care. That school fucking sucks at everything. So that's how I feel about that game. If you're wondering. Hang him up, dude. Honestly, T-Rain, that was almost as bad as the fucking fading St. Thomas on Sunday. That was bad.
This guy's generational, dude.
Wait, the
Oh,
Cavs
yeah.
are only -1.5? Yeah, they ain't winning, bro.
What was
That's
that, Mike? What game was that? My Wyoming money line versus a playoff team.
All right.
Oh,
Georgetown
you did
Counter?
too, bro? Yeah, dude.
Bro was
Shit,
telling
dude,
me how he
fuck
likes
outta here.
Xavier. He was tickling his
didn't.
fancy.
No, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
When?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was money. I'm sorry.
I said I don't want anything to do with this game.
I
bad.
mix those two up all the time, too.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
very similar.
yeah.
My
I'm gonna
bad,
hit
my
that as
bad.
well. Look at that.
What's up, chat?
Pretty
This
nice
is
of
such a-
you.
Oh, bro.
Jeff on the big
Wait.
screen.
Way too close.
W
W
Blazer.
Blazer.
All right, bro. I'm just gonna take this shit off, bro. Texas Tech should be top 10. Shut up, C-Dod.
I somewhat lean Xavier. I think that's a big number.
Sorry, Kels.
But at the same time, I mean, Georgetown on the road is somewhat of an easy fade, but Xavier off a loss to Creighton. I mean, somewhat of a lean towards them. Couldn't get there, but
Yeah, I got
Xavier
nothing.
would win
Georgetown also beat him by 6 last time. Spread was 1.5.
this game. Xavier via pie job or close call pull-out method. It's fair.
Wow. Texas
got
Tech
nothing.
would lay 26.5 on the road at URI.
Marquette up 2-0. Bro, I'm way behind. What the fuck?
All right, MJ,
Yeah.
take it away. You want to talk about a creamer?
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I believe you have one for us.
This is going to be a good old-fashioned Auburn cream job. I mean, I'm looking at this line, and I understand that it's Auburn, #1 team in the country at home, but looking at dude, stop! You cannot laugh at chat while I'm trying to pitch my
Sorry,
shit.
It's literally 0-0, bro. The game just tipped. Chat's all lying, bro. Get
Don't-
out
don't
of
was
here.
in my behind.
Don't look at chat.
All right, fine.
I'm purely looking at Oklahoma and what they've done this year in terms of margin of victory and margin of loss. And the only game, I mean, if you apply this spread, I know it's somewhat of an anomaly playing, a team like Auburn on the road, but I mean, they've covered this margin in every game but one. And the one that sticks out is Alabama on the road. And this gives me eerily the same vibes when Alabama put up 107 and won this game by nearly 30. I like Auburn a lot. It's not necessarily the best spot. They're not coming off a loss or any kind of bad performance. But Oklahoma coming off their best offensive performance of the year by far, putting up 97. They shot 65% from the field. If anyone watched that second half, I mean, they looked like Golden State. They were unbelievable, hitting everything. I think they shot 55% from three. And at the end of the day, like that game, yes, they were balling versus Vandy, but if you know basketball, and Jeff, you can back me up on this, like that game was competitive. Vandy was winning that game at half. But when a team is just lights out from three and the field, you just give up. And that's what happened in the second half for Vandy. So the box score doesn't really represent truly how that game played out to me, at least. So I think Auburn absolutely steamrolls this team. I don't think Oklahoma has any success scoring. I saw DGen liked Oklahoma team total under. I definitely support that. But I think Auburn just absolutely rolls here. So I'm going to be rocking it, and I'm laddering it up to minus 23.5. So,
yeah, I didn't read the end of that sentence there, so that was insane, Carson. But no, dude, I agree. We were talking about it earlier. I mean, Auburn hasn't had that big win since Mississippi State a couple of games ago. So I definitely like it. Oklahoma's good record, but I don't think we all agree they're not truly legit. So I think it's definitely a good fade spot.
Yeah. And not to mention, I mean, they're off 4 straight covers. So I think a lot of people look at this game and say maybe Oklahoma doesn't win, but they're definitely going to be able to keep it within 3 touchdowns almost. And I just don't think that'll be the case. And I'm willing to ladder it even past that number. So I like it.
Broom's second game back?
I think third, actually.
Second or third. Point being, he's probably fully adjusted at this point, I would assume.
Yeah, I watched him versus was it Ole Miss? He looked phenomenal.
Yeah, LSU was a little shaky, I believe. Or I think it was like up and down, but yeah. Yeah, third game. W. Yeah, so you're getting pretty much fully healthy Broom.
W, Eric, man. W, Eric. Let's go, man.
Dude, Eric's always dropping some heat in there.
That's all fake, bro.
That's all fake. We hate each other in real life. This is an interesting game. I'd love to hear Jeff's thoughts on this, honestly. Purely from a basketball brain standpoint. And then I'll give my kind of pitch on what I like. Thoughts?
I want nothing to do with this game. I mean, you have Baylor coming off like a 20-point comeback. You have Texas Tech winning outright at Houston. I don't know. I think it's a bad spot to back any of them. You know what I mean? They're both coming off big emotional wins. I think the total looks low. I'm not going to lie. I think this total looks very low. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, Texas Tech is so good at home offensively. Baylor's going to switch 1 through 5. I don't know. It's tough, man. I have no lean, if I'm being honest, but
I ended up taking Baylor team total under. I understand Texas Tech is off a high, off a complete high. I totally get that. But for me, Texas Tech, like if we're comparing the two teams, right, both these teams are off major upsets. Or not major upsets, major emotional games, right? Baylor was obviously favored in that game. Still a huge win, in my opinion. Very sharp spot to take Baylor. And I look at both these teams, and I think Baylor more so played, if in terms of like their average talent and what I see these teams really panning out long term, I think Baylor way overachieved talent-wise in that game in terms of what Texas Tech did. I think Texas Tech is a team that we've been talking about them all year. They've been somewhat undervalued, a team that we think is going to make serious noise in March. But Baylor, on the other hand, is not really that team for me, at least I'm not sold there yet. So for me, if I had to choose, I would definitely back Texas Tech. I know that might be crazy with the way that we've bet this year, with Texas Tech obviously upsetting Houston. But for me, this is a spot where Baylor's offense comes down to earth off a major win. I mean, they're over this number in the last, 7-8 games. 67.5 is what I got it at. We know that system that we've been doing all year and having success with via the team totals, and we know how Texas Tech's defense is at home. For me, honestly, that win against Houston is more of a spark for Texas Tech, saying, yes, we're real deal. That was our moment to prove it to the world that we're fucking real deal. And this is honestly a lot of respect in my eyes for Texas Tech to be laying.
The one thing I will say about the respect, no Roach, no VJ Edgecombe. This is their first game out Edgecombe all season. So it's like, that's going to be tough, obviously. I mean, he's debatably their best player. So I think it'll be interesting to see how they play without him. But at the same time, like, yeah, I guess it is a little bit respect. I think it's hard to price Baylor right now, though, for the books. Like, you take out Edgecombe, no Roach. I don't know if Langston Love's playing. He's questionable every game. It's been that the entire
At the end
season.
of the day, if Baylor covers this game, Jeff, I think it's going to be in a rock fight type of game, especially with the way and they're coming off they raced Kansas and raced BYU. Obviously, that one game against BYU.
They
going
scored 60 second half points against Kansas.
That's what I'm saying. The second half was
60-point half. Like, never mind the game. They're coming off their best offensive half of the season. Maybe a little first half, Baylor TT under. That could be sharp as fuck.
Could be.
But I do like that. Even just looking at the line, like you look at Baylor, Texas Tech, you see 142. Like, that seems low. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's money plays and piss.
Money plays and piss.
This game is going to end 50-30.
That's the big
with blindfolds on.
The Big East 6:30 spot, dude.
I mean, it's the two best defenses in the league, bro.
Probably goes to overtime.
Oh, what a handicap! St. John's offensive rebounding, leading to points. Let's go.
Oh man, dude, staying off the 6:30 Big East cake, man, feels good. All right,
money.
That ass though. Both of these defenses are fucking cracked. Like Marquette just forces turnovers. St. John's literally just cannot get an open shot. Like,
remember I said on Saturday, wouldn't it be funny if lonely Georgia Tech was the team to take down red hot Louisville? And they didn't do anything about it.
Dude, Georgia Tech, even last year, bro, Georgia Tech was ass. I remember UNC, number 1 in the ACC, goes into Georgia Tech. It was like a sus-ass line. Georgia Tech was like +7.
On a Saturday, too. Of course it's on a Saturday, dude.
Bro, Georgia Tech's always ass, but they always play good against these good teams. It's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense, but it's always Georgia Tech, I feel like. Okay, TR, bro, you're making shit weird.
Wisconsin's -10 though.
That's a fucking foul, ref. What the fuck?
I mean, I'm looking at Clemson moving to -13 some places. I think Clemson is a sneaky spot today, specifically the team total. They played once already this year. And you look at Clemson, they scored 70 in that game previous at Georgia Tech. Coming off some stinkers versus NC State and Virginia Tech, both teams that we know aren't great in general, but can hang their hat somewhat on defense. And then Georgia Tech's defense, I mean, we know they held Louisville to 70. I mean, that's a feat in itself. And then games previous to that, I think their last 3 holding teams to sub this number. So I like Clemson team total a lot. I got it at 74.5. It's moved up to 75.5 now. Full game totals moved up a bit. I think Clemson's in a sneaky spot here to put up a lot of points.
I'm not gonna lie, I low-key disagree, just because Clemson has Duke on Saturday, and I mean, it's either Clemson or Duke winning the ACC. I mean, Duke hasn't lost. Clemson has 1 loss. Like, when you have those big look aheads, like we saw it with Duke and UNC when they played NC State, like literally nothing basketball wise, nothing matters, bro. It's just they're walking in like, yeah, like obviously every team's going to be locked in going to a game, but Clemson is worried about Duke. This is not a game they're, in my opinion, looking at. Maybe they will be though, just because Georgia Tech just beat Louisville. So maybe the coach is like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, blah, blah, blah. This team just beat Louisville. We can't take them lightly. At the same time, though, even though that happened, Clemson doesn't think this GT team can hang with them. Rightfully so. I mean, they're laying 13 at home.
Yeah,
It's hard for me, like
I see that.
when I see a big look ahead like that, I low key just throw everything out the window, and I either avoid the game or take the team playing the other team with the look ahead. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's tough.
that's fair.
Clemson's at home too for Duke, so it's like it's a game they actually think they can win. I don't know. It's tough for me.
So maybe they
But-
don't. Maybe they don't necessarily cover, and I'm on with my team total look, and Georgia Tech makes them play a little faster than
Yeah.
expected.
I mean, bro, I'm low key like even like I have like my Duke ticket for ACC. Like I'm probably gonna hedge with Clemson, just because I think this Clemson team is really fucking good. I don't know how they're not ranked, if I'm being honest. They're good and they're old. Like they're all vets, literally like all vets, all fifth years. Chase Hunter's a bucket. Chauncey Wiggins is nice, and Shefflin's a beast. Victor Lockins sucks, but I don't know. This team's good.
Did we start late today?
No, we're just, bro. It's been an hour. There's just a lot of games to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like we're
To be
like
honest,
hella slow. You got Wisco on your card, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing it move to 8.5, so that's interesting. But yeah, it's the one spread I pulled the trigger on. I want to see what you think of it first, Jeff, because I haven't talked to you about this.
I just have no idea. I think Wisco, like for me, it's hard for me to back Wisco just because I think they're due for a lot of shooting regression. I mean, they started conference play shooting like 43% from three. And that's part of the reason why I took Maryland in their last game. It's just not sustainable. Like, yeah, they have great shooters, but they were literally hitting 15 threes a game at like 45%. Like that shit is insane. That's better than NBA teams. So for me, it was just like you saw it with Bradley. Bradley was the best 3-point shooting team in the nation. And they're literally going through it right now. Like they're seeing regression come. So I don't know. It's tough. I think Ballo could be a problem for Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's
though.
what I've been told. That.
Just because, I mean, if you look at Wisconsin, they're good at literally everything, but their bigs are really soft, and Ballo's a freak. So at the same time, though, Indiana is usually a very undisciplined team. I could see Wisco kind of like if Wisco gets out early, like Indiana will let them steamroll them. Yeah, I mean,
Oh wait, hold on. I wonder if Renew got ruled in. I wonder if that would moved it.
could have been.
How do you spell his last
St.
name?
John's is just owning the offensive glass here.
So I may not have to spell it off.
Malik Renew, Raneau. He's ass though. Honestly, him in helps you. He's actually so bad. So yeah, St. John says 6 offensive rebounds in 6 minutes.
Almost got there with Wisco TT over.
Yeah, reason I took it. I mean, I feel like Indiana looks pretty easy here. I know it sounds kind of crazy because they've lost 3 straight, but only lost by 9 to Northwestern, which isn't like a blowout loss. Is my point. It's not great, but almost beat Maryland at home, almost beat Purdue or kept it close on the road. So to me, they just covered a 12-point spread. They just played 2 of the better teams in the Big Ten, very close. And Indiana's just kind of been, Wisconsin's just kind of been coasting by here. And we know Indiana, I mean, home atmosphere is a little different. But I mean, Wisconsin lost to Maryland, who, again, Indiana just lost by 1 or 2 points, whatever it was. Just scraped by a win. Northwestern, like, haven't really done much since that Nebraska game, which sure was 3 games ago. But I kind of feel like Indiana's, like, they've been this close to this big win. I feel like it's going to their run here is pretty much going to run out and kind of just put up a stinker. You look at their last 3 games. I mean, they're shooting the lights out, over 40%, just about 40% from 3 last couple of games against these good teams. So I like Wisconsin. I mean, Tanji's been insane, but guys like Blackwell have been pretty quiet. Forgetting the other player, but pretty much aside from him, haven't really been doing much. So I kind of think those guys ball out today. Tanji probably does his thing. I kind of just think Indiana puts up a stinker here, to be honest with you.
Tanji is, bro, like Tanji is a top 3 player in the country, in my opinion. Like
that's my point. I still feel like nobody,
insane, bro.
I don't want to say I'm like
so
super
good.
high on Wisconsin, but I feel like nobody's talking about how good they actually are. And yes, I do agree. Like their shooting is, it's hard to say it's unsustainable, right? Because we're probably halfway through the season by now. I do agree it's crazy, but like I don't know, man. I just feel like they're not talked about like how good they actually are. So
Yeah. I don't know. Like I was just saying, like in conference play specifically, they're
okay.
shooting
Got
because
you.
on the season they're shooting 36% from three, and in conference play now they're shooting 30%. But before that, it was like 44%. Like it was way above what they've been shooting non-con, which happens. I mean, you see teams heat up, you see teams cool down. So that's why I targeted them, or at least I targeted Maryland. But even last game against was Northwestern. I mean,
Yeah, they played well. Like I
13
said,
threes,
Blackwell
so.
played like shit. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of similar to that Texas read I had, and a little bit. It's not the same because Indiana's on the road, but essentially they've just been playing the bigger teams really well. You're getting a Wisconsin team that not everybody loves as much as say a Maryland or Purdue.
Yeah.
I feel like plus 10 now or whatever the line is pretty comfortable. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I took
feel you.
Wisconsin just to win by double digits. See how it goes.
I lean that way. I think the total's moving up too.
Fuck
as
off.
Um,
Fucking banking in threes, bro. Like that ass. Get the fuck out of here with that. Nah, there's nothing else that like, nothing pisses me more off than that.
Well, did you have Nova on fucking Saturday?
What? No. What happened?
Creighton
Holy
Ashworth
shit, how was
bank
that?
three
Wow.
to win the game.
from the corner. From
Yeah.
the
Oh,
corner.
I
Corner
saw
three.
that shit. I saw
yeah.
that. Yo,
I
these
was on
refs
a
are
team.
ass.
I can talk about all I want. I was on them.
These
I
refs are
was,
so ass, bro.
That was fucking caked. Eric Dixon turning
finally
the ball
called a
over.
foul, bro.
I bet.
Marquette's over here slapping them.
You got like 4 games left. USC Northwestern here.
Bro,
I mean,
all these games are fucking landmine games. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, UCLA,
Same
Northwestern,
spot for the most part.
Arizona State, and St. John's. Right? What are the other ones?
I don't know,
It's
but
just these.
this Northwestern is fuck. The Northwestern is sharp. This is the sharpest. play today.
I think that's the craziest line on the board. If
This is the sharpest
Barnheiser's
play
out,
today.
which
No
he is, right?
Barnheiser. Yeah, he's out for the season, bro.
Oh, he is.
He's done with college. Like he's made his last college basketball jumper. Like he's done. And I don't know. I mean, USC just beat Michigan State. I'm not tapping it because Northwestern is literally sharp every single game and they never come through. Like I've just gotten to the point with Northwestern where I'm like, okay, they're gonna be sharp. I'm not touching it. I'm not gonna 100 times and complain about being fooled and losing the bet. So I'm good with that, but I don't know. St. John sucks, bro. Make some free throws. God damn. 1 for 5 from the free throw line. What are you doing this shit, man?
Yeah, no problem, Token.
1 for 5? What the fuck are we doing?
Oh yeah, I think Krusty's also on Wisconsin. I don't know. I missed that, but we were talking about it earlier. Yeah, Northwestern. I mean, to me, it's them or nothing. I mean, that line. I don't want to say it's telling, as in like they're gonna win, but that line's crazy. So, would not
The lines
be
are
USC
always like that, though, bro. Like that's why. The
yeah, but
lines
now
are
Barnheiser's
always,
out, dude.
bro. I don't care. They were plus like 2 at home to Wisconsin. Like that was telling. Shit didn't matter.
That's why I said I
personally
want to
have-
say that because they sell a lot, but
Do people think USC is good? Because I'm personally just not on that wavelength of thinking USC is a good
I don't
team.
think
So
legit. But
I've got no problem with fading them with Northwestern.
I don't think
right?
they're. I don't like. I'm like mixed. Like I'm in the middle. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're bad.
they're not
Like,
ass. Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I think they're good. I think they're a good Big Ten team. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're ass. I don't think they're bad. I think they're a good Big Ten team.
Been fantastic on the road as of recently. They've, I mean, at Nebraska and at Illinois. I mean, both really good dubs.
Yeah,
It's
billions.
interesting.
I was gonna say billions. Like it's not just that game that they won, bro. They beat Illinois on the road. They beat Iowa, scored 99, beat Nebraska on the road. Like those are good wins. Like this team, I don't know, they're a little inconsistent though. Like I don't understand how you go on the road and beat Iowa by 10 and then lose to like UCLA by 6 at home or Indiana by 13 on the road. I don't know. Very inconsistent
away.
team. So maybe this line says you get a stinker from him. I don't know.
Look who it is.
Yeah, this shit's
Spines.
crazy. Fuck. This shit already hit, bro. I got CLV on it. Michigan State. this play is hitting. They're off a loss. Tom Izzo's team is disgusting. I think the biggest thing for me in this game is UCLA cannot defend without fouling. And honestly, their defense in conference play has been bad. Everyone thinks UCLA is a great defense. Yeah, it's 18th in the country. That's because of their non-con schedule. Flip that number to conference. They're 8th in the Big Ten in defense. I guarantee you, if you ask people what their defense is in the Big Ten, people would not be saying 8th. You'd say top 5 pretty easily. But it's 8th. I mean, they foul more than anyone else in the Big Ten besides like one other team. Their 2-point defense is horrible. Their 3-point defense is horrible. They're a team that's defense is good because they force turnovers. I mean, Michigan State's guards are excellent at taking care of the ball. Jeremy Fears, Jaden Akins. Actually, Jeremy Fears turns it over a little bit. But for the most part, they don't have many players that are like just throwing the ball away. And
Right.
I'm backing Izzo. I trust Izzo and I trust this Michigan State team to bounce back from a loss. Michigan State's defense is nails. And I think they're too athletic pretty much all around. I mean, I think Michigan State's guards too Michigan State's perimeter defense is excellent, and UCLA's they don't have shooters in the first place. Like, obviously some games will get them hot, but I'm not worried about UCLA beating them on the perimeter, and I'm not in love with their post players either. I just think Michigan State gets a bounce back here. Also, it's their second game back in LA, so it's not even a travel spot for them. They've been in California since like January 31st or some shit. So they've been there for like 5 days. They're not jet lagged. They're ready. I think they lock in here and then go back home.
Yeah, I will say one thing about UCLA is the fact that they tend to be sharp at home, no matter what. If I'm not mistaken, right? I mean,
Yeah.
most of the
I mean, they're a
time-
very good home
Right.
team.
Yeah, they're going to be laying this similar number versus any competent team at home. They're most likely going to be favored. I mean, you look back, Oregon. I mean, nothing crazy, right? Oregon's Oregon. Michigan -2.5, lost outright by 20. I think we all remember that game. And other than that, they really haven't had any like high octane opponents other than like Wisco maybe, where they won that game pretty close and didn't cover. But yeah, you're going to get UCLA at this number quite a bit in terms of the high competition that they're going to see this year. So I don't think UCLA laying a short number at home is sharp anymore. It used to be earlier in the year, and we've seen how it's proven to come out.
Yeah. I mean, the team's
well,
rolling.
not,
Bro.
so.
The team is rolling. They've won 5 straight. To me, it's
And
Michigan
are
State off the
people-
loss for sure.
I'm so glad that Michigan State honestly lost against USC because I think people are finally starting to come around on this team being a wagon. Now we can go back to backing them.
Yeah. No,
I do like
100%.
it.
I mean, I'm not sold UCLA's back. Yeah, I mean, other than the Wisconsin game, none of their wins have like been majorly impressive. I mean, they beat the brakes off Oregon, but I'm not an Oregon believer at all. So, yeah.
Cool.
St. John's is so fucking ass.
Big East ball, man. You gotta love it.
Genuinely pisses me off. Bro, 1 for 5 from the free throw line, missing layups. Like, shit is aggravating.
Yeah, Oregon's ass, Caleb. That
They
team
know you're
is-
on it, dude.
That team is terrible.
Yeah, Oregon is bad. We called that from a mile away. Let's see what do we got here. Arizona State. Is there anybody else back in the Sun Devils with me? It's
Bro, I'll
nasty.
be honest. I got cold feet.
You're getting cold feet about it.
Only reason why is because this is the most obvious fade spot fucking ever on Kansas State. I think you just leave them alone until until the streak runs dry. That's the vibes I'm kind of getting.
It's I would agree with you, but the fact that it's Arizona State makes me kind of disagree.
No, I do think Arizona State's the right side, like long term, if you will. Not to be
It'd
that
be
guy.
different if it was a good team at home, but it's
Yes.
Arizona
No, I
State.
agree. I 100% agree there.
I
I'm just
mean,
saying, I think we just leave K-State alone.
at
I
the
know
end
it's
of the
too late
day,
for
dude,
you, but
you make this play. Honestly, we look at it and what are the nasty home money lines? I
yeah,
guess you
this
could say.
Northwestern and UCLA.
And I think UCLA is the one that probably doesn't hit, and the other two do. So, I mean, you got to fade Kansas State, dude. At the end of the day, you
I
can't get
know.
scared. You just have to. Did you watch that game against Iowa State? I mean, I need to fade it. I need to. They're off 3 straight covers and wins, going on the road versus incompetent Arizona State. I mean, it's really as simple as
Oh, I
that, man.
completely
overthink
agree.
it. I mean, maybe not at this number, but the fact it got minus
Yes.
120 this morning, I mean, I'm gonna ride it into the sunset. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe don't
Like I
pay
said, I
minus 160
I
for it
completely
now,
agree.
but
I think it's the way K-State started their season. Like being an absolute meme. To be honest with you,
I like that
that's just
point,
me.
you
Like
know?
I would just for me, I'm just gonna lay off until they lose, if that makes sense.
That's
But I
right.
do agree. This is the spot for Arizona, 100%. Biggest. I mean, Kansas State's off 3 big wins. If I'm
Playing
not wrong.
Kansas at home too. I didn't even peep that. That's a great point.
And I just beat Iowa State, bro. Like, of course it's a fade spot on them, but this team is weird. This is the weirdest team all season.
Yeah.
But no, I do agree with the spot, 100%. We talked about it earlier. I like the spot. I'm not taking Kansas State, put it that way.
Going into Ames and winning, bro. This has to be played. I agree.
I agree.
I mean, 60% of the time, a spot like this is gonna hit. So
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree. The only thing that for me, like Kansas State since January 24th or some shit has been the number 1 team in the country. So it's not like for me, I just don't want to fade that. I agree though, like it's a perfect letdown spot, but at the same time, like I just think, I mean, coming into the year, we thought Kansas State wasn't going to be this bad. So maybe they're finally figuring it out. But at the same time, like, do I really believe they're figuring it out? Probably not. I'm just not gonna find out. I lean Arizona State for sure. But I'm not playing it. I can't do it.
They have a $2 million man,
If
Jeff.
it was like Kansas State,
scared.
State, I'd be like, yeah. But they've been playing really good ball the past like week and a half. So, I don't know. Also, Arizona State,
They suck.
They're bad.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're bad. I'll feed y'all Sengun and Cat today. PRA on books, fantasy on PP.
Big purr, huh? I was gonna let him be till the All-Star break, but boy, am I tempted versus Mr. Pirtle.
Big Purr is on my ban list until further notice. I came back to the NBA, took one prop, sold.
big purr.
Sold. Big Purr,
Dude,
sold.
guy went from Wilt Chamberlain to fucking Ronnie Turioff in a matter of 2 weeks.
Juicy Melon with the sub. Let's go. 5 months, bro. Let's go. That's huge.
Ronnie
Appreciate you,
Turioff's a
dude.
crazy pull. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Yeah, that is an insane name drop. It's been impressive, honestly. I lean BYU here.
Me as
It's pretty
well.
much as simple as that. I lean BYU. I think
Yeah,
it's hard. It's
Zona's
hard button to
been-
tap.
It's hard for me to tap because I think BYU's been shooting so damn good. Like, bro, I understand they're a good shooting team though. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't think Arizona looks easy, to be honest. I mean, BYU's home court is
That's
one of the most underrated in the country.
point.
Like, that's a hard place to play. Everyone knows that's like a strangely hard place to play. So
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't know.
That's the angle I took. I was waiting to hear what you guys wanted to say, but I took the under in this game. This is really scary. 152.5.
You took the under? I thought you were on the over for a second.
No, I'm on the under here.
The under?
You look at the team totals for both these teams. I mean, any way you want to slice it. I mean, you got Arizona sitting at 74.5. I mean, we know Arizona. I mean, this is a number that they've gone over a majority of the games this year. And then you have BYU, like you said, shooting absolutely lights out. For me, this is a game where these two teams both are looking forward to it and are both going to get up for it. And to me, almost are going to be trying too hard in a sense. We know they're both two high-octane offenses, but that's kind of the way I feel like this game is going.
Yeah.
I think buckets are going to be coming at a premium just because of how emotional and how kind of up this game is going to feel for both these teams. So with all this offensive production coming as of late, I think the under is the best spot. Would love Zuna to lose tonight and hammer Saturday. Who they play? Oh, Texas Tech. Ooh.
I love that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Texas Tech
Arizona off a
handled
loss.
business today.
Texas Tech just waxed Baylor.
Yeah,
Oh, that spot's gonna hit like crack.
I like that.
Damn, Stevie Mitchell's taking out my man's legs. The fuck out.
BYU coming from Orlando. I like that. Yeah, coming from playing UCF as well. Yeah, on the first.
Yeah, that's all I got tonight. I might add BYU like later on throughout the night. Because
I think you can get their money line at a live number that's decent. So I'm gonna wait.
The thing is, I can't really like send. It's hard for me to send out live lines. Like,
yeah,
I think anyone that gives out picks, like, to me, like the only way you should be tracking live bets is if they're placed at halftime. That's just what I believe in. No one's getting the number you're getting when you're posting live bets in game action.
Right.
But
Unless it's a bad one.
yeah. But I don't know. That's just God, RJ Lewis, what the fuck?
Our boys.
I'm debating on adding the Auburn Creamer to my card because I hate having an even number of plays.
I'm laddering it, and you're not tailing. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you're right.
And none of you
Right.
are tailing me on Arizona State. Also fucked up.
Well, I missed the fucking number, dude.
A lot of people are on ASU. That's the thing with me. Like, I can't do the -2.5.
Yeah, no, money line. Nothing
Like, I
for
would
me.
have loved to get the money line at like -115, but that's gone. Like, that's not an option. It's not the same bet. Like, you got money line at -120. If that was still available, I'd tap it, but I just can't do it.
They call me MJCLV Broad, brother.
Yeah, just like if you could get Michigan State at +3.5, but instead they're +2 everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Cream team. bro.
Ramble Cream Team.
man.
Very nice.
That shit out. What?
Should I just,
oh,
tomorrow-
goal 10?
should I just tweet Auburn -10, -105? Think anybody would notice?
Fucking Christ, dude.
Auburn money line +100.
I think I might.
That's good.
I think the St. John's game might turn into a creamer, so I think I might tap the live over.
Might
Oh,
turn
Kentucky's
into a
starting right
creamer.
now.
Well, I mean, St. John. The thing is, Marquette's hitting threes, and St.
Kobe
John's
Bray
is
creamer
missing
tonight?
everything.
Gotta
So,
find out.
I'm taking the
mean-
over 140.
bro, I mean, hold on, really quick. Can we just look at this domination of shot volume? Like, I'm not gonna say like take it, but bro, tap St. John's live. Right now, St. John's has 6 more field goals and 7 more free throws. They have 9 offensive rebounds compared to Marquette's 0, and they have the same amount of turnovers. I just think, I mean, Marquette's shooting 53% from the floor, 57% from 3. St. John's is shooting 38% from the floor, 0% from 3, and 42% from the free throw line. And they're down 1. Just saying.
What's live line?
Probably get St. John's at like -115 money line.
Oh, baby.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's been 12 minutes and they've been dominating. shot volume.
Fine.
I'm not saying it's hitting though, because you know how this live shit goes. But I mean, they're dominating shot volume.
Well,
They have 9
too late.
offensive rebounds in 12 minutes.
Too late, Jeff. Already tailing.
Good shit.
Half unit. And the over.
Ole Miss up 5-0.
no.
Move on, Kentucky betters.
Iowa up 5-2. Congratulations, Iowa. Take it.
God. Damn it.
Bro, I can't believe you didn't play that.
I'm such a pussy. All right, I'm going to take it live.
You
Okay.
laid your fucking nuts on the table for Mizzou. Won't do the same.
Mizzou is a different team.
Bro,
than
do
Iowa.
not compare Mizzou to Iowa ever
Thank
again.
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying you
Sounded like
put
it.
your sack. No. I'm saying you put your sack on the line for Mizzou. Put your sack on the line again.
Put your
Fun.
sack on my line.
As soon as Iowa goes down by 10, because I know they're about to, I will live bet them. How about that?
Nah, just tweet out.
Minnesota up 2-0.
Iowa plus 30,
Congrats,
bro.
PSU betters.
Yeah, there's
You
going to
got
be a
5
point in this
points.
game where Iowa's down like 5 and you can get a better line.
Very nice. I tapped Iowa. That's a dub. Damn. Yeah, I might have sold.
Damn, bro. Rick Pitino, when he coached the
Nah, I'm
Knicks,
not
was 64-18. Wow. That's
Andy up
crazy.
When was
8-5.
that?
I don't know, but it
that's
says
the fan, to be
Pitino's record at the
honest.
Garden, and it's like each team, and it says New York Knicks 64-18. That's a pretty good season.
Oh, he might have been like, was he an assistant or some shit?
Probably. Either way, bro. 64-18. That's a really fucking good season. All right, let's wrap this shit up, bro. These games already tipped and we're still yapping. This
Yeah.
is going to be a record.
Wow, Iowa up 8-3. Fuck.
You're
All
good,
right.
bro. Purdue's going to go on a little run. You
St.
can tap
John
it
just
live.
down by 1, so move on, Jeff.
I literally said to take them live because they're down 1, but they have 9 more offensive rebounds. They have 9 more possessions than Marquette.
Ole Miss looks like the Warriors,
It's
so
been 12 minutes.
that game's over.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about
Oh,
the old
man.
Miss pie job. Everyone's worried about Auburn.
Dude, I was
Shit,
putting
real.
on Stanley Steamer right now. Good lord.
Kobe Bray wide open. Nobody passing the ball.
What the fuck was that, bro?
Do you think there's a Kentucky game where the announcer says, "Oh nah, corner 3 is like a layup for Bray" or some shit along those lines?
All right, you need to say his name right.
Brea, whatever the fuck.
Thank you. Good boy.
Can't.
Okay.
All right. Good stream, chat.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
we-
TC Bets. That's what I'm saying, bro. Who was he throwing to? Someone on stilts? Fucking chuck that shit at the ceiling. Like, what?
W
was
stream.
that?
I guess we could call it that. Something like that. Maybe.
Yeah,
All
W
right.
stream, sure.
Let's fuck off. I'll be here tomorrow. Jeffy, will you be here tomorrow? Tomorrow's slate's pretty sexy. Can't
Tomorrow,
lie.
yeah, I should be. Unless like something comes up for me.
Tomorrow's pretty hot.
Marquette, it's the Warriors. I'm out.
Bye, chat. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. What the?